I'm Anna Murray, author of The Complete Software Project Manager. In this video, we're going to look at the #1 problem in budgeting software projects and how to address it: the budget surprise. Let's look at a common scenario. A project is blowing its budget and timeline. The business manager says, "I did a software project last year and it came in on time and on budget. What's wrong with you people?" To understand what's going on here, we need to review the 4 methods of budgeting a software project. Comparative budgeting is what it sounds like. The software team, either an internal team or a vendor, has done a very similar project recently. When estimating what the new project will cost, they look at the old project and come up with a budget. In bottom-up budgeting, you start with a very detailed list of features. Then the software team estimates task by task. Sometimes it's impossible or impractical to come up with a complete list of features. This can happen in a project that's very large or where there's a lot of innovation. That's when you might use the next method. In top-down budgeting, you look at the project more holistically. It usually requires an experienced software team to do top-down budgeting. They evaluate the big buckets of the project and estimate how long, based on experience, those large chunks will take. Blended budgeting is, of course, where different pieces of your project are estimated in different ways. For example, you might have one area of the project where a detailed list exists, or another part where you have a direct comparison. And here comes the problem. Some methods of estimating are more accurate than others. Bottom-up and comparative tend to be the most accurate methods. Top-down, the least. That's a general rule of thumb, of course. Comparative gets less accurate when the comparison is close but not exact. In bottom-up budgeting, the caveat is that you have to have a very complete and detailed list. You might ask, why doesn't everyone use the more accurate methods all the time? Then you'd never be surprised with a blown budget. The reality is, sometimes you don't have a choice. For large, innovative projects, a comparison may not exist, or it may simply be impossible in time and budget to generate a complete and accurate list of tasks. But if you know which method is being used to budget your project, you can prepare. If a less accurate method is employed, make sure you have a contingency in place to deal with possible overruns. You can even assign percentages of contingency to those parts of the project where your estimates are less certain. Understanding how your project is being budgeted will head off unpleasant surprises late in the game.